So what separated the men that changed for the better,
Yeah.
and those who didn't? What'd you notice there? You know, those who gave up, those who didn't.
Scott, I do not know, at least of like, if we were going to talk about like, let's say the top 10, if we were making a dream team, and you were going to pull, you know, all these guys out of prison, let's look at it like an NFL draft, and you were going to say, these are the top performers in this bad environment.
Yeah.
The very first thing, and I'm not just, this is the absolute 100% truth. This isn't a cliche or anything like that. It was having the Spirit. I'm telling, and it was like, it wasn't just like, man, maybe that guy's a little different. It wasn't like that, dude. It was night and day. Like how they dealt with the time, their mental clarity, their focus, everything they did, that was the number one thing. It was hands down. That was the first and foremost thing. And I think it's because so like the mental strains of going to grocery stores and having a job and handling bills, all that is removed in there.
Right.
So like you don't have to worry about those things, right? The stuff you have to worry about is like life and death, you know? Like that's like your biggest thing in there is like, is somebody going to stab me today? Am I going to get in a fight and die today? And I think that having that spirit whenever you're facing those fears daily, over and over and over and over, to where it's almost like a desensitization in a way. When you're facing that and you have the Spirit, when you can figure out that it's okay if I die today, that is where it's like everything else becomes kind of not that big a deal. And I think that's why it was such a surprise to me walking out whenever everything's a big deal to people that I'm around. You know?
Yeah, you know, accountability is a big thing,
Huge.
right? That accountability to God first, and then when you surround yourself with like-minded brothers and believers, right? You're accountable to them. You know, you've got to take ownership of the, you know, either that environment's going to take ownership of you, or you're going to take ownership of that environment.
And it's hard. It's a hard either way. Like the middle ground you don't see very often. Every once in a while you'll see this like peculiar guy that just somehow, he's like a gray man. You know what I mean? And he just kind of slides through there. But most of the people in that environment, to really get dialed in on the question that you asked, you know, what does that look like for people in there? Most of them are just unbridled. That would be the best word I would use. Like, I'll do whatever. I don't care about consequences anymore. Like, I'm just gonna do this, and however I'm feeling in that moment, I'm gonna react to that emotion. And that's what it's gonna be.
Just a raw nerve.
Just raw. Completely just raw. Whatever happens, happens.
So I got to think, you know, with the guys that are really transforming, because we see this in class all the time.
Oh,
Well, I mean, over that 8-10 months that we've got people in class, the transformation's unbelievable.
It is.
You know, it's. I mean, we see guys give up addictions. We see guys, you know, put down the desire maybe to be attracted into gangs. We see a lot of that stuff, right? And you know, and that's something I noticed in the prisons, that, you know, there's a lot of gangs in there.
Oh, I mean,
and, you
the
know,
majority.
And I asked the question, you know, of class a week or so ago. You know, what's the difference between a gang and a team? Right? And it's really the mission.
That's it. That's 100% it.
Because both of them are a desire to be part of something, a desire to have purpose, and I think it even comes back to a desire to be loved.
Oh, 100%. Especially in a place where you are not getting love. No, I won't say nobody. Most people do not care. If you're sad and depressed, they think it's funny. Like, they get a kick out of it.
Sure.
You know, that feeds something in them to see you down.
So does society.
It's 100% the same thing.